How did you go from like working with Kanye and Beyonce and the biggest stars to all of a sudden now you got a book?
I don't need nothing else. Every time I'm with you, yo, it's something else. It's a fact, and it's nothing else. Got your hand out, you don't even need a help. Ooh, I don't need nothing else. Every time I'm with you, yo, it's something else. It's a fact, and it's nothing else. Got your hand out, you don't even need a help. Ooh, that's right. I don't need nothing else. That's right.
King's Dream Entertainment.
I think what was most interesting to me, because I've been friends with Bentley, I think me and Bentley met like 2009, 2010, somewhere in that, because we met at Mito's wedding, right after G's to Gen season 2. Okay. So I don't remember the exact timeline, but I've known Bentley for so long. So I think the most interesting to me, amazing guy. I love Bentley, I talk to him regularly to this day, is that I feel like the Lord was orchestrating and strategically placing believers around yourself, Bentley. I know there's other people in the mix that were able to be there for him while at the same time being Christians in front of him. You know what I mean? I guess my question to you is, do you think that being a Christian in a secular environment, right? And I think Kanye has always had this duality with the Lord, and he finally surrendered. But do you think that there is an obligation for a Christian in a position of influence to share the gospel?
Absolutely, and it's funny you say that. So I have a story. Like once the power situation came about, so I got so much praise for doing that song, but on the other end, I got a lot of backlash.
Oh my gosh, that was the peak of the Illuminati stuff. It was just like
I was getting pulled into all of that.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, and it affected me. It started to really bother me because it's like, okay, should I be working with? You know,
and you also know that he ain't out here worshiping Satan. You know what I'm saying? You're like, he ain't on no like.
And that was the confusion, because like prior to working with Kanye, I remember being on this flight on my way to Hawaii to work on the My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy album. I was like, man, what is it gonna be like? Is it gonna be, you know, because you hear certain things, but when I got there, it was like completely opposite. And I'm like, oh, this is nothing what I expected.
Most people who are believers say that.
Yes.
Consistent. It's a
was,
real cool vibe.
And he's such an amazing dude too, man. He's looked out for me and my family so many times. Just a good-hearted dude. You know, so back to that, that affected me, just having people say certain things about me or working with them. So I went back to Hawaii and for another week, and you know, did my work, and it was kind of bothering me a little bit. And I was just, you know, I remember just praying like, God, just let me know like how I should be, you know, what I should be doing. You know, and I remember getting back home from that trip. The first email I got was from Kanye. And I read that email, and it was like, yo, S1, thanks for coming out. You know, he would always thank me for the power beat, man. Thank you for the beat. And he said, like, it's something about your spirit I love. I love you being around. And in that moment, that was confirmation, I feel like, from God, saying that it's okay. Just be who you are, no matter who you work with, and you affect people. You have an effect on people. Let your light shine, no matter who you are, who you're working with, and I'll control the rest.
Yeah, that's good, man, because I think sometimes you can feel the pressure to like, do I just come in and just say, repent, you know what I'm saying? Like it is like,
it's
sometimes
it's how we live. People can see it. It's how we live, and displaying that light, because people can say anything, but if your lifestyle doesn't reflect what you're saying, then it has no it doesn't validate anything.
Right. That's so good, man. You're also were you on a Reason user at one point in terms of the software?
So that was my
were you on Reason during that window of time?
I did Power and Reason.
All y'all cornballs. You can't make the good.
I did Power and Reason. That's when I think about it, it's crazy.
Yeah, man.
You know,
I'm still on Reason till this day.
Really?
I do everything in Reason.
Wow.
The production. I was mixing and mastering. I've kind of outsourced the mixing to my boy Iman in San Diego now. But everything for 4 or 5 years, we're doing everything.
Oh,
in Reason.
that's crazy. Reason is dope, man. I think Reason is one of those programs where people really have slept on.
Yeah.
So I started Reason 3. Big ups to my guy Picnic. He's the one that turned me on to it because I was kind of against the software at that time, and it was just because I didn't understand it.
Right.
But once he showed me, it was like, oh yeah, I have to get on this.
Yeah.
You know, because just everything made sense. I was tired of the floppy disk and saving and loading. And
have you checked out Reason 11? You know they made it to work as a plugin now.
yes, I use it as a plugin.
So you still on Reason?
I don't use it as just a whole DAW, but I love the Reason effects.
Okay.
I love the effects in Reason. So I'm able to use the plugin so I can use the effects.
Dope. I stay in touch with the Propeller Head people. Now they rebranded themselves to Reason Studios. So super cool guys. And I think if you're a guy like yourself, guy like me, I started on the MPC 1000 and the Korg Triton. So when you're transitioning from hardware to software, it's the most seamless. But if you started on software, it doesn't make a lot of sense because of the cables and you know what I mean? Like it's super confusing. So you go on to have multiple placements, multiple awards, and you're in this space where you've kind of achieved everything there is to achieve in music, and now you're starting to evolve, right? You got the book out, the first book out. Before we talk about the book, tell me just about your heart in terms of wanting to evolve, because off the record we talked, you're still active. You know what I'm saying? Super in the mix. But what is it about how did that come together? Like, how did you go from like working with Kanye and Beyonce and the biggest stars to all of a sudden now you got a book?
I think it's my work ethic and being able to always think ahead.
Okay.
And it's one of those situations to where I really feel like I did not live in a lot of my moments because I was always thinking like, what's next? And that came from me just having a fear of me having this one song and never having anything after that. So the fear of that, and it's like, oh, I got to stretch this out as long as I can, because at that point I had seen so many people either who had came in the game with me around that time, have this one song and you never hear from them again. And I had a fear of that. So I was like, how can I prevent that? And I knew that me keeping my head down and not getting caught up in all the glitz and glamour from it, you know, and that's what I did. You know, so I lost on one end. I lost being in the moments, but at the same time, I was able to take these situations and be able to multiply them and stay ahead and always just, you know, put my best foot forward and you know, just be consistent and persistent in what I was doing.
And the book is the continuation of that.
The book is the continuation of that. Prior to writing the book, I was really just trying to find my true purpose in you know, what I was really passionate about. I knew it was music, but you know, what else? So once I figured out like my true purpose, and no matter what I do, whether it's music, conversation with people, speaking, is to inspire and it's to motivate people and it's to encourage people and impact. Once I figured out my purpose, then everything just kind of aligned itself. And that helped me too with projects I'm working on, you know, making decisions on what to do next. It's like, okay, if it aligns with my purpose, then it's a go. If it doesn't, then it's probably not. I probably don't want to work on that right now because I don't get to exercise my purpose within it. You know, so the book was just an extension of that, man. It was how can I take my personal experiences, my insecurities, failures, all these things that I had to deal with in getting to my success and be able to help other people with it.
I've been up for a minute, now I'm down for it. I've been good with the team, never bad for it. I'ma work for the winner, never slack for it. And I live for the king, I got a crown for it. I know the way, ayy, know the way. He really is the way, he the way, ayy. You can follow me, ayy. I know the way, ayy. Never been afraid, cause we know the way, ayy. Ay, ain't no shame in the way.